Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I just want to be very clear to our distinguished panelists and to the folks who are watching this. My Democratic colleagues and I strongly support the experts community's efforts to determine the origins of the novel coronavirus, because doing so is critical to preventing and preparing for future pandemics. Plain and simple. And as stated, almost 1.2 million Americans have lost their lives due to COVID-19 and millions more around the world. It's very personal to each of us. More than 30,000 people in my home state have died because of this pandemic. And our goal here should be to prevent something like this from happening again, which is why science and facts should guide legitimate investigations into the pandemic's origins. And as has been said by my colleague on the other side of the aisle, we must put people over politics. So, Dr. Auwaerter, I just want to ask you my first question. How does promoting our understanding of the novel coronavirus's origins help us prevent and prepare for future pandemics?
Well, I think there are two main avenues. One is, if it is of animal origin, we need to anticipate additional viruses or even potentially bacteria, and therefore having an advance notice, an early notice as possible, certainly is helpful for containment and also mitigation measures. This, no doubt, would need to be cooperation with other countries, public health agencies, to build that infrastructure. On the other hand, if it's a lab-derived virus, then guidance in terms of proper research and guardrails is highly important to make sure, to the best of abilities, this never happens again, much as we take great care with airline safety, nuclear weapons, and so on. All that needs to be paid attention to.
Thank you. Dozens of scientific research studies have been completed or are currently underway to promote our understanding of how the novel coronavirus came to be. Under President Biden's leadership, and we heard a little bit from our colleague, Mr. Raskin, about President Trump's initial response to this, but under President Biden's leadership, the intelligence community has taken decisive action to get to the bottom of the novel coronavirus's origins. And we have seen some new releases from different departments about their ongoing findings. Dr. Auwaerter, can you tell us about the importance of the objectivity of these investigations?
Well, as a clinician and someone that does research, I think the objectivity is very important. Obviously, not all information is available to us that has based the conclusions. That's outside of my expertise as to whether that's the case, but I think the objectivity is highly important, and also the fact of how it's rated. You know, low confidence means exactly what I think it means, that there's a fair amount of uncertainty.
Okay, final question. Congressional investigations designed to villainize or discredit public health experts undermine our public health institutions and sometimes can spread dangerous misinformation, which itself can metastasize. Dr. Auwaerter, instead of launching a partisan investigation or politicizing the pandemic's origin, what should Congress be doing to prevent something like this from happening again?
Well, outside of the political realm, I would just say an independent body would make the most sense that is not hewing, essentially, or have an ability to make much political hay, if that's possible. I'm not sure of the details of that, but to me, that seems to be the ideal.